YouTube, Sunday, car boot.
I'm the storyteller, and my stories must be told. I have many stories, tales for both the young and old. I have many voices to describe many places. Many names have I, and many faces.
Pickups. And I've missed a game. Some stupid boy. Yeah, those that may have seen a previous video, it depends how I upload these. Hey, I've had a few beers. And I've got to be careful because I'm waiting for because it is the last day of the Premiership. The defining moment of the Premiership. I've got some Buta, and I've got some CEX. Got some stuff from the sex shop. But first, before that, there's a complete fuck up of this, which could happen. Anything could happen in the next half an hour. Oh dear God. Massive thanks. I did a trade with Scott Brand for some Jaguar games, and I mentioned in the video, look, if anyone's got any knocking about that want to trade off, or you know, want a price of mine, hit me up. The legend that is Phil Kett, not to be confused with the drug ketamine. It's not short for that. It is just Phil Kett. He messaged me and said, yeah, go Stu, give me a day or two, I'll dig it out. Phil, not really doing many videos of late on the tubes, but I knew he liked his Xbox OG. So I said, look mate, this is what I've got. Fucking, you can have the lot or you can have what you want. So he said, look, to be honest, I only need X game. I said, boom, it's yours, done. So we did a trade. It's been a while since I did a trade. And I didn't give Phil a note because I was that conscientious of just getting the stuff out. You know, I don't want to slow stuff down too much. But he did do me a note. The note. And from Phil, it says, hey Stu, here's a Cybermorph cart that's discussed. Hope you enjoy it. Also found a Jag manual I was rummaging around, so I've included that as well. I'm not sure if you already have one, but you do now. I've got a box complete Jag, but I ain't gonna say no. So, as it suggests, we have got Cybermorph. This was a packing title, which I didn't have, but I do now, thanks to Phil, with the overlay. So these are quite, you know, the sought after thing, the overlays. It has the destruction. I'm just missing a decent box. I might go on a hunt for a box, you know. And like he mentioned, he's got a Jag user guide. So I'm sure mine's got this in, but if it hasn't, it will have now. So awesome, many thanks to Phil. I'll put a link to Phil's channel. So he hasn't made a video for a while, so yeah, you can sort that out, boy. But yeah, I'm not sure how close he was to an OG complete Xbox. He couldn't have been far off. So let's get that out of the way. I won't do the CEX stuff, we'll go straight into the Buta. So I went to the Buta today, yeah, it was an after revival. I wasn't going to go, so I spent some money yesterday. So I was kind of like, I'm quite happy, you know, I've got some bits, yada yada yada. And my mate Ryan said to me, oh, I'm thinking of going, and I don't know if you guys know, yesterday was pissing it, let's hammer it down, this, that and the other. So it's a bit touch and go, and he sort of said, look, I'll come and pick you up, and we'll see how it is. And I thought, you know what, I'll go along for shits and giggles. I say, if it had been under my own steam, I probably wouldn't have bothered. But Ryan really kindly offered to ferry us. I thought, fuck it, we'll go along. And I did alright, I got some nice bits, I got some nice little, anything to keep. Yeah, one or two things maybe. Not much fodderage. I know some people like that term. Anyway, right. So, nothing massive to shout about. It was a bag of PS2, fat PS2, and a load of controller easy stuff in the bottom of the bag. She wanted a tenner. I looked at it and thought, well, I can get the tenner back. There's a few controllers in there that I wouldn't mind having. So I paid the tenner anyway. And in the bottom of the bag, there's a couple of PS1, I always say that. PS1 controllers. This one's missing, the thumbstick's a bit near. But I said, and what else was there? Oh, there's a few of the like odds and sods, shitty bits of controllers that you're not really that bothered about. That was a tenner. PS2, fat PS2. You've seen them. I'm not going to show you that. It's no fucking point. I then bagged. I got these two for £2, which is not a bad price actually, £1 each. Again, I think what I did, I had a bit of a cull on PS2 controllers. I fired them into CEX and stuff. So it's always nice to have one or two. I say I've got a few box consoles that may be missing one or two controllers. These are alright. I think they just need a bit of a clean. So for £1 each, pound. PS2 controllers, again, you've seen all them. DualShock 2, aren't they? Yeah. They just need a bit of a clean up. No, yeah. I feel like I forgot something. You're looking around. For £1.20 from a store that I've been past numerous times, went back again later on, and all of a sudden there's items there, which is usually sometimes you find that. Bit of fodderage and a nice DS charger. That's 20p. That's pound. For 50p. This was where this was part of the same deal for the PS2 in the bag. 50p. I was like, yeah, I'll buy it. Xbox 360 wireless adapter. If you ever seen any of them guys, nab them. They're at least 10, maybe 15 quid on a good day if you're lucky. So for 50p, can't lose. Really can't lose. In with the fat PS2 is a nice red or ruby 8 meg control memory card. Yeah. So I'll get my £10 back from the Asian mate anyway. So I'm not overly fussed. It was more the controllers, and I didn't want to spend too long looking in the bag, so I sort of eyeballed the system. There's no AV lead. I'm not too worried about it, but I could see a few controls at the bottom. It turns out there were like them shitty Logitech Mad Catz wireless ones, and the batteries been in the back and all corroded. So I'll give them to my Asian mate with the PS2s anyway. So it's no bother. I've not lost out on any. Oh, I've got these early doors. £1 each, I think. This one I didn't check, and I should have checked it and come back. It's fucked. But you can get replacement cases for these. So Untold Legends, Brotherhood of the Blade, and the PSP. She didn't have many games, but this has got the annoying. So if you ever buy PSP titles and you're looking to trade them to CX, always check, because they won't take them for that. But you can buy the cases from eBay. I don't know what they are. Like, I don't know, 6 for £3 or something. I don't know what they are. I'll have to get some. Just swap them over and fire them in. Especially if you know you've got a price. You've got to work the angle. So you've got to, if this is like a £2 game and I've got like a couple of others at £2, and so I have like, I don't know, 5 of them for a tenner, and for me to get the replacement cases cost me £3. It's still worth it. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to price yourself out of it. The game's only, the CX going to give you like 10p for the game. It's not worth it. But one of the offset the cost of that anyway. So again, not really lost anything. £5 trading. We Twilight Princess. It's Twilight Princess. You've seen it 1,000,001 times. So that weren't too bad. It was a bit of a weird booter. I think because of the weather, it was just a little bit disjointed. And all the lizards there, not all of them, but fair few fellow lizards skulking about, as we do. Seen Lewis, I always say that, don't I? I mentioned to him about Revival. He said he's saving his money. Again, I don't know if Steve Smith watches this, who runs Super Retro Games Fair. He's saving his money, Steve, for your event. You'd be happy to know. So yeah, that's a little bit of a shout out, a little bit of a heads up. In June, Super Retro Games Fair is changing. It's not going to be at Leeds Town Hall. It is at the Leeds University, I believe. So I think Steve's, you know, I think he's realised he's outgrown the town hall. Those that have been, I think, will know and appreciate. It's, you know, it's nothing to do with Steve or anything like that. I think he's just outgrown it. He's got too big for it. So yeah, I think it's a good move. I said that to him yesterday when I seen him at Revival. I said, you know, I think you've done the right thing now. I think it will give you a really good chance to grow here. But yeah, I mean, they started off in the basement, so it's just progress, isn't it? You know, you evolve. We evolve or we die. For £2, this is a weird one. There's people turning up late because of the weather. I mean, it weren't raining. It was just because it had been raining. There's a store with a few youngish girls on there, and she had a fat PS2. I thought, I'll have to get this for a couple of quid. Flip it to my Asian mate. £15 she wanted. I was like, oh, okay. I went, 15? But yeah. Ooh. So they got any more gaming stuff. I do apologise for that. I'm actually using, I'm going to call it Daz's camera, and I can't change the refresh or the aperture on it for love nor money. So you have to put up with the flickering. I'll use this to video at Revival, but yeah, I can't seem to. It wants to control everything. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so £15 sort of. You got any more gaming stuff? And she's pulling stuff out of her rucksack. So she pulled this out and she pulled the other item out. So I grabbed both. So is that it? She said, yeah. I said, how much do you want for these two? She said, £3. I said, will you do two? She said, yeah, fine. So for £2 I got me a pink 8 meg memory and a nice pink controller. So not, you know, I'll keep them, especially the memory card. And I think other than the last item, and I'll do this and I'll forgot something. Anyway, last bundle. I'm sure that's the last bundle for the booter anyway. Polish, I'm guessing husband and wife. Really nice, you know, sound enough. But all these people that took ages, like pissing about with cooking coat hanger stuff. But he was a sound lad. I sort of said to him, "Have you got any video games?" Said, again, in my very rough Baltic, Siberian-esque type Polski accent. I have PS2 and some PS3, and Xbox. I said, Xbox 360? He said, yeah. Well, I'm not too fussed about Xbox 360. And I thought he was going to get them out. So I'm stood there like a fucking donut, and they're pissing about this fucking coat thing, blah, blah. I thought, I'll come back. And they weren't, obviously, no rush at all. And I came back, I said to the chap, oh, any luck with the PS2? Well, yeah, I'll get it for you now. You know. And he, like I say, he was sound enough, he was just really laid back, man. He like fucking had hinges on his ankles, that laid back. Anyway, long story short, pulls out a nice boxed silver slim PS2. It's got all the shit in there. It's got the controller. Controller looks like it's hardly been used. PS2 just needs a bit of a wipe over. It's just got some scuffs. You can see the box has got a few dinks here, there, and everywhere, but not too bad. It was in a bag, and in the bag was. I'm not going to show each of these fucking games because you don't need to. This is PS2 fodder. I think if Rich Turner's watching this, Colin McRae 04. I know I picked that up before. I don't know if you've got that, but you're more than welcome to that, buddy. I know you like your racing games. So if there's anything in there that tickles your fancy, let me know. I don't think there's any more racing ones in there. Colin McRae. Need for Speed Most Wanted. You could have that one, bruv. I think that's about it. But yeah, I mean, nothing spectacular. I'm not going to sit there show you each one and open it up. It's PS2 shit. It's just bollocks. It's just that. And the only 360 title I pulled out, and he let me have it for £1. Test Drive 2 Unlimited. And the only reason why I've got it is because it's got literally everything in it, like the map and all sorts. So again, Rich, if that's any good to your pal, Rich Turner, let me know. I'll stick that in the pile. Oh, and lastly, we had a little, again, another nice 8 meg memory card. I've got fucking boxes and drawers full of them things. That is it for the booter. Keep it on the time. Got an hour. We'll get through this in an hour. Don't panic. Don't panic, Mr. Mandarin. Right. Time for a bit of this. That's right. It's, I was going to say, everyone's favourite segment of the show. Seems to be a favourite YouTuber saying, doesn't it, in some quarters. So yeah, sexual healing. C to the E to the E to the X. You know, make no bones about it. A lot of the stuff you see here goes in there, and some lovely, tasty retro stuff comes out. What can I say? It is what it is. I would encourage anybody to do the same. I think use it to your advantage. Play the angles. Exploit the angles, whatever you want to call it. Some people might agree with it. Yeah, I don't. I don't give two fucks. Anyway, quick one. Crazy Ivan upgrade. We now have the Ivan. Is sehr gut. Oh, that's German, no. Russian. I don't know any Russian really. Yeah. Excellent. That's Spanish. Or bad shit Spanish from Tutti. Spanish nonetheless. So you've got Crazy Ivan upgrade there. This is an interesting one. I messaged Lewis. I said, "Don't you never guess what game, what box game I've just got?" And he was going through all his games. I was like, "No, it's not that one." He finally guessed it. But Jesus Christ, what ran the house with this one? So off the back of my Super Nintendo video, obviously pulling everything off the shelf and looking at it, yeah, a few sort of titles. I think I could do with upgrading that one. And this one is one of said titles. So I looked on CEX as you do. Ain't cheap, like 35 bones credit. So I thought I'd order that. It come through. Again, I don't do CX unboxings, but people that do unbox, if it's cardboard or whatever, you generally get a feeling of the condition as you put your hand in. But all this feels all right actually. It feels sturdy. It's not flattened. It's not squashed. So this doesn't feel too bad. So I opened it, brought the box out. I was like, doesn't look quite right though. I haven't got it 'cause it's gone back. Turned it all over. Opened it up, took the cart out, and I was like, yeah, it's sun faded. And the only way, I said not the only way, but the obvious comparison was the cart label and the box. So for some bizarre reason, and I'll show you one like Crazy Eye for example, the top, so imagine it's the Super NES box, the top's faded, all of the sides are faded, but the back is fine. So it looks like it's been sat maybe on a revolving shelf or been in some sort of window where the sun's gone round it and just literally sun faded all the sides. I'm like, yeah, I'm not having that. My copy of Bart's Nightmare, which this game is, was missing the front cover. The box was pretty heavily shelf worn around the sides, and because it's a black box it stood out quite a bit. So the one I got was, other than being sun faded, it had no other wear to it. It's brilliant. The manuals, I'll show you the manual, it's not too bad, you know, used manual. So I'll keep that, I can sort of kind of live with that. And then I seen Lewis's video where he sort of was on about his copy that he'd got. He said, I'm not sure I can take it back. I was like thinking, well, if I say to him, oh, do you want to take my sun faded one back? But then I thought, well, if you take it to the shop, they're going to know which one they had, so it doesn't really work. So I left it. And then I think I got some more credit from whatever I traded. I thought, I'm going to order it again. At this point, there was 2 copies. One was in Beeston, One was Somewhere Else again with a B. So I thought, I'll take a punt, I'll reorder it. And it took ages for it to come through to sort of say it'd been posted. But then, on the Friday, come through the post, got the Jiffy bag. I was like, feels a bit light, like really light, not just light there's no manual in it. This feels really light. Opened the box up, and it is, and Lewis will remember this one, it's your box, Lewis. Well, your Xbox. This is your Xbox, your ex-wife box, anyway. But like he said, it is in fantastic condition. So the copy that this came with no cartridge. So I know that Kevin fucking Wolford 123 is like, has anybody had any problems with CEX? Dude, man, I could do videos for hours of the cock-ups that CEX have done. I don't, because I don't see the point. But man, I've had all sorts of shit. So yeah, prime example, Parts Nightmare, £35 with the box, with Lewis's like fucking the back end of it, like the manual's like a board, like an iron board. But no cartridge. So I went to my CX. I said, look, obviously didn't take this box. I took my Sunfaded box with the cardboard, rock solid manual. So I said, there's no cartridge. I said, and I knew where it come from. I said, look, if you phone Beeston up now, they've got the fucking cartridge in the shaft because it's stupid. But they're sound enough, right? They're sound enough. They goes, yeah, that's no problem. We'll just take it back in. So I have ended up with, other than I can get the sticker off, right? Very nice. It's very nice. Bart's Nightmare, and just for Lewis's, just to piss Lewis off a little bit. Not that I don't do it, you know, not malicious. Just have a laugh and giggle. Yeah, the manual's fine. So that was a manual from the Sunfaded one. It's not brilliant. You know, it's an honest manual. So yeah, I've got ended up eventually going around the houses with an half decent, really nice copy of Bart's Nightmare finally. Jesus Christ, come on, Stu. Right. Staying on the Nintendo theme. It was a speaker too. Oh, it was Rich. It was Retroactive Rich at Revival. And he was sort of saying to me, oh, what are you collecting for now, this, that and the other. And he asked me what sets I'd got about the N64. I said, well, it's not fully boxed. He said, oh, you can pick them up as you go along. And he's damn right, yeah, that is what I'm doing. That is what I have been doing. But it's just nice for someone else to recognise that's another way to do it. And case in point, yeah, a couple of games that I've managed to grab. This one was peanuts, like £4. It's like, and it come through. I don't know why it's not come through as mint, but it's not a great game. MRC Multi Racing Championship, but it is literally spankaroony. Never buy. Never ever buy. It's even got the precautions as well. Just tucked in. Never buy mint of CEX. I don't see it. I'll just take the risk and just send it back. I'll just take it back if it's not what I want. I think if they made the mint version, you know, not too far apart, then maybe. But nah, not as it stands. This one, I'm gonna keep with a view to upgrading it. It's not great. I think Darth Steve, I'm pretty sure this was the game from Gordon Bennett. Must have been before Christmas that he got from the booter after me, because I was quite happy to get a certain game. I should have picked this up at the time, but I didn't. But it's Cruising USA, and it has got a bit of, well, it's got a lot. Structurally, it's fine. It's just scuffage where people took stickers off. I say this works. This is £18 boxed. I say it. I keep saying it, and I'll say it till whatever. The N64, and like I say, the manual, sadly. And I thought I had a manual for Cruising. I've got Cruising World manual. I mean, the cart's not really all there. It's only got a bit of stick, I can get that up. It's not. I've got the cart anyway. So it doesn't matter. But I'm sure, and Steve, I meant to ask him actually yesterday. I'm sure he got the other boxed version. But I'll keep it. You know, if it pops up again, I'll reorder it and upgrade it. You know, as you do. I was gonna say it's only Saturn, but it's not only Saturn. That threw you, didn't it? So we have got some Saturn, or Saturn. Now this one, it's not complete. It's the first Saturn game that I've had that's not complete, and it's not in the best nick. But I haven't seen it before. I thought, you know what, I'll get it now. I'll sit on it, and again I can upgrade it at a later date. And it's Impact Racing. The box ain't too bad. It's not too. This is kind of, again, I've mentioned this before. It's kind of what I expect Saturn boxes to be like. Not, I don't want completely mullered. I don't mind the odd scuff and the bit of the edge wear. I don't want them completely mullered. But this one has got no manual, and the disc has got some stupid, obviously, like security stick. I can get that off with IPA anyway. That doesn't bother me. The manual's the main thing. It's weird how you can tell straight away with a Saturn case if it's got a manual in it or not. It makes such a difference. Another one which, again, I've never seen before. Didn't even know it exists. I don't think this has come out on anything else other than the Saturn. I could be wrong. Those with more knowledge will obviously let me know. And it is. And it looks quite interesting. It's got a bit of FMV. It's like, why does it look like a Mega CD game? Titan Wars. It's a fucking pretty good nick, to be honest. But you can see, yeah, like you've got your cheesy FMV. So it's like a space combat meets Top Gun type game, from what I can tell. It's got a stupid security disc sticker. I can get that off anyway. So stuff like that doesn't bother me. And it needs a glue. It needs a glue. But yeah, I'll stop sniffing the glue and you start using it on Saturn cases, I think. Das ist nicht gut. Need more beer. Right, let's rattle through these. Another one. Not one I've seen before. Not one I've ever heard of. I don't know if it's a PlayStation. It may have come out on the PlayStation. I don't know. I've never heard of it. And it's Gen War. Gen War. Maybe short for not even. It's not kind of short for Generation War. But it looks like you're fighting invading aliens or like insectoids. Insectoids. Box complete. You fucking bastards. One I've got on the PlayStation. Breakpoint Tennis. Not going to go too much into this because this is not, you know, I know about Breakpoint Tennis. And the last Saturn game. And bizarrely, I didn't have this because I think I've got this on the Japanese version. I've seen it there. I think before I ordered these, it was on there. It was mint, and it was like 10 quid more, something daft. And then when I went to order, obviously a lot of stuff, there was a boxed version. I can't remember the boxed version was. I can't remember which it was. It wasn't extortionate. Maybe like 15 quid or something. I can't remember, something like that. But it's Street Fighter Alpha, Warrior's Dream. Again, there's a little bit of shelfware. I don't know. Right. Then we're going back. We're going to go back a generation. There was another one of these I'd ordered. I took it back because the insert wasn't great and the cart was ripped anyway. I had no instructions. Yes, I know box doesn't mean it has to come with instructions, but I don't care. it's more the fact that the insert was damaged, because I'm not too fussed. These are all Mega Drive titles. I'm not too fussed about manuals and Mega Drive titles. It'd be nice, but I'm not weird. I don't know why I've said this before. I'm not OCD about it. So I've got a pile. I've got 4 Mega Drive titles here, and excuse me, in no real particular order, I suppose. I don't. One that I've been looking for ages, and I love this on the Amiga. I know that Timbo's got this, and I know that Chris has got it, and we spoke about it numerous times. Thought, you know, I'm going to order that now. It is missing the manual, but other than that, and a bit of a wipe over, pretty good nick. It's Mega Swiv. So Swiv was an Amiga game. You had like a helicopter and a jeep, kind of like a tank, isn't it? Not jeep. Like Jackal. I think it's Jackal, isn't it? No, there's another one. Oh shit! There's another one where you have either or anyway. But yeah, Mega Swiv. It is missing the manual, sadly. But I say I could order it again and upgrade it. Next up, and bizarrely didn't have this, but I do now. But it's missing the manual. But the insert, the carts, all good. And it's Super Street Fighter 2 on the Mega Drive. So I've got the SNES version. So just because I can. Just because I can, I'm going to get the Mega Drive one. The cart's great. No manual. It would have been nice to have this complete, but sadly that is not going to happen. It's Turbo Outrun. God, the sun's getting really bright now. I can feel it burning me. I did order Outrun 2019, which I've got the manual for and the cart for, and that's the one I took back because the insert was just mullered. So I thought I could put, but I want a better insert because it was all the top was all chewed. It looked like someone cut it as well. I was like, no, I can't do that. This one's missing again. The cart's fine, but it's just missing the manual. And then lastly, but not leastly, if that's even a word, Snake Rattle and Roll, which I do believe is like a version of the NES title. Is that correct? It looks like it's by Rare, but no manual. But the cart and everything else is fine, so I can live with that. You know, if everything else is in good nick, I don't mind. I don't know what it is. It's not that I value the Mega Drive less or anything like that. I just think because the outside looks aesthetically great. I mean, this is, if you put a manual list, it would be like mint. I can live with it. I'm not too. I don't get overly fussed by it. So yeah, nice little, nice another stack of CX. Anyway, take it easy, YouTube, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.